I'm going on vacation and I have a serious board gaming problem. I can only take with me one carry-on, and within that carry-on, I've only been allotted the space of one board game. So how do I bring all of these games? Because we're gonna need them. The people we're hanging out with love board games. I think I can DIY and engineer myself a solution for this. Because for every problem, there's always a solution. Here's mine on Legendary Tactics. Okay, welcome. Let's see if I can solve this problem in a hurry here. Now, YouTube seems to love videos that have 10 games, so my goal here at a minimum, if you decide to stick around till the end of the video, will be to get at least 10 games into the space of one game. So let's see, I think I'll have to start with my core game, and I do want to have one absolutely huge game that my family is loving right now. It's the automatic one that's going on the list here. That game is Emerge. There is something about this game. I'm going to do a full review on it. Tuck this out of the way for now. I'll do a full review on this game because for some reason it absolutely struck the right chord with my family. We ended up playing it 4 times in a row, so I need to make sure that it's on my list. Get these all out of the way. And of course, we got to make sure we have room for the toothpaste after. Now, I think I can solve this problem with this. And I am not getting sponsored by any companies in this video, unfortunately. So any branding is, well, incidental. Okay, so the core game that I need to fit everything into is this one. It has been absolutely dominating at the table with my family lately. For some reason, every person in my family is loving this game, so I have to begin with it. Now, there's a lot here, and you may be wondering how all those other games I had are going to fit in here. I will get to that. What I love with these organizational trays is it feels like this game fits just perfectly, like there's just barely any space left, right? But we're going to have to change that. So let's get the tray out of here. Emerge, if you haven't played it yet, is a beautiful little game. It's got this really long game board, which thematically works really well because you start over here at the islands and you work your way across to the research station, and each of these sections is around and you're revealing different research tiles as you go. So I think that's our foundational point. I don't know, do I have room for the rule book? You know what, I better bring it because some people might like to look at that if we're playing this with our friends while we're working through the game. So there is a lot of cardboard in here. So let's see how we can most efficiently pack this in. Ooh, this is gonna be really tight. But I have promised you that it will work, so I am going to make it work. These are nice, really thick. Unfortunately for me, they're very, very thick cards, so they're going to take up quite a bit of real estate. I'd also like to pack this game so that it doesn't end up just completely bonkers all over the place. And I will need to get my Ziploc bags in. In fact, you know what? Let's do that with these, just to tie them all together. Okay. Oh, that's actually really nice. I'm also, in order to make this happen, I'm going to have to bring it right to the top of the lid to get those to fit. So we'll need another Ziploc bag right here, because I don't want tokens rolling everywhere, and when I pull these games out, I want everything to be nice and compact. I think that's probably the best I can do there. So this game, you essentially are rolling dice, and wow, I really need to, I'm going to do this, flatten these, or do I want them in a big chunk? I think that's probably my best bet. If I can get an extra layer on top, then I can lay some flat components down there. So you basically are rolling the dice and placing the dice to give yourself different powers to get different biodiversity on your island. And this is one where we played it and then we wanted to play it immediately again. That's going to be a little high. So I think I can probably, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to squeeze these right on top here. So essentially, this is the extra room that I've freed up that I have to work with. So we're done with the tray. I should probably work in order of ascending importance. So the next game I'm going to fit in is Cockroach Poker. This is a little bluffing game. My kids love it. It doesn't take up a lot of room. I don't need the rules, so that one is finished. And let's just tuck this up here. I'm wondering about Uno. People love it. I don't love it. Not a great game. I'm going to toss that. If I have room at the end, maybe I'll throw it in. This game has to come with me. Coup is one of my favorite games of all time. Another bluffing game. Easy to play. Basically, everyone I've ever played this game with has loved it. I don't need the rules. I don't need the extra cards. So all of this is extra. But you get 2 lives when you play, and as soon as both your lives are gone, you're dead. You're out of the game. It's a really fast playing game, so oh, look at that. That is perfect. Okay, so we're up to 1, 2, 3 games so far. Let's see, I better go with a cooperative game. So The Crew is one that I think the newer version of this game is actually better. You do have to pack the rule book for this one because it's got the missions that you're completing as you go, and you will need that. So this game can actually be played for a little longer time, and I love that it's co-op. So for that reason alone, it's got to come. Okay, so we'll get all these cards tied together, and I think I can put all the tokens all in one snack bag. Get that in there. Okay, so that puts us up to 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Very cool. Okay, what should we go for next? Oh, this one has to come. No thanks. This is a hit. It's a play or pay card game. It's a hit with every single group that I've ever played with. Really easy to learn. You essentially have 2 choices on your turn. So you'll either be putting a chit, these guys, into the middle, or you'll be paying to, or you'll be taking the card. And when you take that card, it's a negative value. You want to get the lowest score possible. This isn't quite going to fit, but let's get this on the bottom. Okay, this is going extremely well. I don't need the rules. That one is so simple. So put that there. That's up to 5. Okay, we are halfway there. I think I have to go with the grandparent game. This will be the game if you want to play with people. It's fairly mindless in terms of it's like its original predecessor, where you're essentially trying to connect 5. So we better Ziploc this one as well, keep it contained. If I get to the end and I don't have all the games in that I want, this might be the one that I pull out. It's good. It's got some tactile components in there. Those will fit really nicely right there. And that'll bring this up to parity with the lid. This one's a bit of a cop-out, but I've saved it till later because I think you need to have a deck of cards. Really super easy for hundreds of games to come out of this. The game that we're mostly playing is euchre, so that has to have a home. I better get this game in next. Skull is a really cool game. This one was actually sort of a bar stool type game, and you can play up to 6 players with it. But you know what? I only ever play with 5, so the question is, will I need to save that much space? I don't know. If I have extra room, I'll come back and put the 6th player in. But until then, let's put this here, because this is actually taking up quite a bit of room considering how some of these other ones are doing. So there is a nice little corner here. So I'll tuck that in there. One that gets a laugh at our table, but there's not really much depth and not much playability, is this Dumb Ways to Die. So that one's out of here. Don't really need that. Okay. I have to go with Wizard. If you talk to people who play card games, this is a typical Walmart title where it's super easy to learn. I don't need the rules, but I will need the score sheets. So essentially the game, you add a card each round until you get up to what is it, the 20th round, and you're essentially trying to win tricks, but you have to bid on how many tricks you think you'll win. So, you know, each of these don't really have very much of a footprint. Like, that's a really small game, but because I'm bagging these, we are going to get all of these games so they will emerge when we get to our vacation destination. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to the family when they see 10 games come out of here. I would say that you could almost use a regular deck for this, but it is fun when you have the wizards in there, so I'm doubling up a bit. I think I will add that anyways. And if you have any games too that you would take on vacation with you, or that you would DIY into a box, make sure you add a comment. Let me know what you think of my choices, and if you subscribe, that really helps our channel out, and we always appreciate that, so thank you. Alrighty, let me show you what I'm contemplating. Battle Line is a game that I love. It's a 2-player game, and I think, you know, when you're on vacation late at night and everybody's gone to bed, there's only a couple of people left. This is one that I would definitely love to play. This is one that works well with a spouse. So let's see if we, you know what, I have to do it. This is coming in. Battle Line. I do need to bring the rules only because my memory is not good. This one reminds me a little bit of poker, where you have to create different formation, wedges, phalanx, battalion order, skirmish line, and a host, but you're basically making 3 of a kind, or trying to get runs or series, but I always forget which order they go in, so that will have to come with us. That'll be my topper there. Fortunately, this one doesn't take a lot of room. A lot of these are card games. This one, they're very specific cards with powers, and Reiner Knizia designed this one, so you can't really skimp, and you really need the actual game to go in here. All right. Yeah, this one is a ton of fun. Really don't want to leave it behind. I don't think I'm going to be able to close that baggie, but that's too high. Oh, we're getting a little high here. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, she's getting a little tight, but it is in. Oh, this is a challenge because I really want both of these games in. They're very different games. This one appeals more to me because it's war themed. Not as many people are going to like the game. So I think I'm gonna go with Splendor Duel. And the first thing I recognize when I pick this out, I will bring the rules only because I sometimes forget some of the nuances of the game. Tiny little game board, getting a bit high here. But, oh, what do we got here? Game rules. Oh, these are the French rules. Okay, we can get rid of that. We'll take the English rules. You need the tokens, absolutely, and the little baggie is kind of fun. So we'll tuck that in there. Looks like I'll need another snack bag for this one. This is going to be a great surprise when I pull this out on vacation and everybody thinks I only have 1 game. But it turns out I have 10. And these are awesome games. Like, I would not get rid of any of these out of my collection. That'll fit right in there. Love it. Splendor, you are in. I'm gonna go for 11 because in any top 10 list, you have to get 11 here. We'll test it first, make sure that I'm conforming to my size restrictions. The lid can't sit up at all. Oh, it's a little proud right there, whatever that is. So we'll have to get that down. Oh, it's these little tokens. Okay, that's easy. Okay, Blitzkrieg, let's see if we can get you in. I really hope so. Okay, thin little board. We'll save that till the end. Tiny token bag. That'll fit nicely. These are just flat cardboard. That's easy. There's another tiny token bag. Squeeze that in. This is the expansion. I won't bother bringing that. That's the expansion. Do I need a dice? I don't know if I have a dice in here yet. We better bring it just in case. Oh right, of course I do have dice because the original game has a ton of dice. I haven't played this one. Oh, that's got solo. Oh, solo rules. I can play this game by myself. Okay, it absolutely has to come now. And we'll bring the rules. I don't need the expansion. Okay, this is a bit of a stretch. This isn't quite fitting, I don't think, anymore. But this game is absolutely worthy, so we are going to try to make it happen. Let's see if this will pass the muster. You know what? That is not bad. Check this out. I'm gonna squeeze it down. That is okay, right? I think I've done it. So, I've got 11 games in here. We better do the final test. How does it fit? My original carry-on. One single game. Oh, look at that. That is brilliant. I actually have room for lots of other stuff now. So, we accomplished it. 11 games into the Emerge box. All of these are games that I'd recommend on vacation for you. If you liked the video, go ahead and like it, subscribe, join the channel. But you need to get out there now, get gaming, and be legendary.